I wish we could play your theme music. We'd get a copyright struck or something like that. I would open the show up with music, but I don't want to chance that. I'd rather keep it nice and simple, unfiltered, unedited, unscripted, for the most part, you know. Welcome back once again for the golden age of DC Comics. 365 days where I take this beloved hardcover coffee table book given to me about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. This has been surfing my coffee table ever since, giving to me the ability to have comic book shop style conversations with you every single day for a couple of minutes. Who thought it possible? Well, I did. I thought, you know, I have this old book. I've read it a few times, and I was thinking this would make great content. This is a 2004 Abrams press publication, written and curated by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and Geoff Spear. There is a link to its Amazon page in the description if you would like your own copy. It's going to look great on your coffee table. You can play along at home. You can start your own show next year and just do a page a day. Do what we do. It's a 365 days book. We open it up to today's date, which is December the 28th. We look at some comic book art of an antediluvian age. We read the blurb, and then we talk about comic books. And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. This is true. We've been doing it all year long, and we're going to end this year strong. So let's get to it. The golden age of DC Comics runs between 1938 and 1955. The Silver Age between 1956 and 1970. The Bronze Age between 1970 and 1984. The Copper Age begins in 1984, and what goes better with a coffee table book? A hardcover coffee table book, and some coffee table talk. With some friends at the coffee table, pull up a chair, bring a cup of whatever it is, and put it under your nose and have a sip, and wet your whistle, and let's talk comic books. Ooh, fresh cup of coffee. Woo! That's some good stuff. El Salvadorian, organic, fair trade, medium roast, freshly ground. There's nothing else in the world like the freshest cup of coffee that you can give yourself. Treat yourself. You deserve it. I hope that you're clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. We might have said that already. It's something I say every day because gosh knows that I could have learned that a long time ago. There's a choice to be made. Clobber your problems. Don't be clobbered by them. Run your day. Don't let your day run you. Run your crew. Don't let your crew run you. Run your duties. Don't let your duties run you. Run your house. Don't let your house run you. Maybe kids. I don't have children, so I mean, I don't know what to say about that one. So I'll abstain from saying, you know, run your kids. Don't let your kids run you. But they are little people, though. They are growing, developing little people. Yet being a parent's tough, isn't it? God bless you all. And I'm actually dedicating my show next year. As I did this year's show, I dedicated to Peter Fernandez, one of my best friends, who gifted me with this book about 2 decades ago. And I'm dedicating next year's show to my parents, my mom and my stepdad. And they actually underwrote the materials for next year's show. So every day is going to be a celebration of I guess, family for me. You know, there'll be that underlying theme. So God bless you. Yeah, because you can't say like, you got to run your parents or your parents will run you. Or maybe that's a golden rule and it applies. Ooh, did I just step on something or in something? Let's get to it. Shut up, Eric, and start talking. This is Pencils by Dick Sprang. Inks by Charles Paris. From Detective Comics, issue number 229, March of 1956. Right near the end of the Golden Age. Because the Silver Age officially begins at Showcase number 4 in October of 1956 with the debut of Barry Allen, the new Flash. So this is pretty darn late into the end of the Golden Age, which Batman really didn't suffer from. Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman just kind of went along. Green Arrow as a backup feature kind of just chugged along into the Silver Age, where other characters such as Green Lantern, Flash, Hawkman, and the Atom were completely revised from their previous versions. But Aquaman pretty much swam under that radar too. That's a pun. Oh, let's look at some comic book art of an antediluvian age. We've gushed over Dick Sprang before in the past. Look at the classic stylings here. I love his cape. We get into such great comic book style conversations such as who are the 15 best Batman artists you can name. I'm not going to do that right now. I've been reading this on social media with one of the creators that I admire and follow. He started with 10, and then he said, I'm going to bump this up to 15. Just strictly Batman, okay? Over 80 years. That's a lot of artists and a lot of art. But, and he was like, hey, don't come at me with your, like, oh, but you didn't mention, here, I bumped it up from 10 to 15 to make you happy. All right, don't at me. And we've got to figure out where they're going to hit first. Trouble is, there's a lot of places in Batman, and time's a-flying. Many of those places are closed at this time of year. The data analyzer can eliminate them quickly. Look at that. So all those cards in a data analyzer, and he's pressing buttons. What? And look at the stalactites, or are they stalagmites? Which are which? Let me know in the comments. They're definitely in a cave. Where are they? Well, they're back at the Batcave, obviously, and that is the first Bat computer. I'm sure of it. Because Pika, being the executive producer, and he's so kind enough to make us these show notes, in this legible handwriting of his. I don't know where he learned how to spell. And so yeah, I'm looking up the Bat computer. I was gonna do something about the first computers. Like, there's a great little note about some of the first computers. Let's see here. The computer. I got it from, you guessed it, the wiki. That's right. 20th century computers. There are pre-20th century computers such as the abacus and the slide rule, but one of the first analog computers, it was an electromechanical digital computer. By 1938, the U.S. Navy had developed an electromechanical analog computer small enough to use aboard a submarine. This was the torpedo data computer, which used trigonometry to solve the problem of firing a torpedo at a moving target. And then down the line came the ENIAC, and that was the first electronic Turing complete device. That was the first computer we think of computers today. Sure, it was as big as a room, I guess, but ENIAC, that was the electronic numerical integrator of a computer. It was the first programmable electronic and general purpose digital computer, completed in 1945. So remember, this art is from 12 years after that. It's 1956. We've also entered the space race as well. So supercomputers are now a part of culture, and now it's television, which are integrated into computer displays and with tubes, electronics. It was a boom, the technological boom after World War II, and how it completely changed culture, Western culture specifically, and where these things are being produced, the United States of America. But what I didn't know, as I looked up the Bat computer, because the Bat computer in itself is his own character. And Bruce will always have a Bat computer in the Bat caves, and it usually sometimes it has a bat-shaped display. Sometimes there are many displays all over the room. He's a solitary chair in front of his displays and his screens and his hard drives. And here comes Alfred with some lobster thermidor between assignments, so he stays fit, not hungry. Lobster thermidor. Also, Alfred's good at making these chicken jalapeno sandwiches. I mean, Master Richard and Masters Richard and Damien really appreciate them. I know that much. But the Bat computer has a first appearance. When is canonically the Bat computer's first appearance, according to the DC database? This DC database is a great wiki. It's dc.fandom.com/wiki/ there you go. That's called a URL, a Universal Resource Locator. Okay, that's your web address. We take a lot of we have younger viewers apparently to the to the show. I see that in the analytics. So always remember your hypertext transfer protocol, your HTTP, the things behind your web pages. Remember when we have to code our own pages? Oh gosh, it's ancient history. I was there for the analog switch to the digital. From phones went from dials to touchpads. For when televisions went from cathode ray tubes to HD screens. And and we keep marching on, huh? But the Bat computer, its first appearance canonically is October 12th, 1966 in The Clock King's Crazy Crimes. This was the 1966 Batman TV show. And shortly after that, the Bat computer's first appearance in comics was Batman issue number 189, February of 1967, as a result of the massive popularity of the Batman TV show. But we have a funny book here, or we have a picture of a funny book here from 1956, showing pretty much, not used by name, the Bat computer, but we have the data analyzer of the Bat cave. Do we not? Yeah. So, the first Bat computer was nicknamed Dupin, after the fictional French detective C. Auguste Dupin. Aha, mais oui. This is once again from the DC database. This is the Bat computer's history, as according to the specific wiki. Yeah, the first real Bat computer was mounted in one of the walls of the Batcave. It featured a medium-sized monitor with a keyboard attached to the main structure of the computer. Since Batman only used the computer for a quick search of information, there was no chair needed, and most of the investigation was done standing up. That's great. So we've actually evolved into this. We are not all of our own Bruce Waynes right now in front of our own Bat computers. I don't know, Batty. Am I going Batty? I mean, see, we got lots of Batman going on here. We do. Batman is. We talk about Batman a lot. There was also various other machines which served different purposes as well, including the remote-controlled surveillance monitors for the Batmobile and Batplane, and a radar scope to track down signals from their various tracking devices. Shortly after, Batman created an electronic filing system in order to categorize and quick-search criminal profiles. The machine provided answers when Batman needed to cross-reference information about criminals. He looked it up on the wiki! Yeah, Batman invented wikis. Remember that. Batman probably invented the internet, too, as a way to communicate, things to the Justice League. Especially when it was in space, in the satellite era. Deep thoughts. Deep thoughts about comic books. Eventually, Batman decided to name this machine and called it the Bat Computer. Indeed. He often relied on Alfred or Robin to use the computer and find the info. The size, design, and capabilities of the Bat Computer have changed over the years, and there have been multiple versions of the equipment in the Bat Cave. In the New 52, the Batman, the Bat Computer remains, however. Bruce has adapted a contact lens with uplinks to the mainframe, thus allowing him to utilize the Bat Computer regardless of location. Indeed. I remember the Batman, but Batman Cataclysm. Batman Cataclysm with this was a really interesting storyline. It was in 1998. It was a great time to be a Batman fan. Well, I caught up on the late 90s Batman when I came back in 2001, to be honest. So they were all going into print, into trade paperback. They all had this really awesome spine that they all kind of fit together. So if you got these you can get all the Batman arcs, which is Batman Criminal, Batman Bruce Wayne Criminal, Bruce Wayne Wanted, Cataclysm, and Cataclysm was spared. The Bat Computer was spared being damaged in Cataclysm because the Batcave was set up to respect whatever seismic plates that Batman knew were underneath Gotham City. An earthquake happens in Gotham City, and that's Cataclysm. It's this huge, it's an event. It's a mini event comics because there was, the Robin comic. There was Birds of Prey. There was Nightwing with Batman. Detective Comics. I wonder if even what do they have? Gotham Central at the time as well, which was a police procedural on street level stuff told by the Gotham City Police Department, and struggling to fight supercrime. That was a really good comic book. Yeah, and they all had this mini tie-in, this mini event issue, and this led into another mini event called No Man's Land. You might even remember No Man's Land from the Christopher Nolan movie, The Dark Knight Rises, when Gotham is taken hostage and the power is cut and it becomes tribal. Well, yeah, Gotham City becomes a no man's land after Cataclysm. It's a demilitarized zone, and there's no one going in and there's no coming out. Right now, we're gonna have to shut down Gotham City until we can get in there and repair it, I guess. Yeah, it's but the Bat Computer remained during No Man's Land, so Batman was ready for that eventuality. I remember because Batman said that he's going back to non-electrical means or something, it's ropes and pouches on the belt. And less about relying upon the gadgets. It's more about the brawn and the brain. Batman, great series. And the Bat Computer, it's a character in its own. By now it is. I mean, a lot of the different parts of the Batcave have their own mystique to them. Such as the giant penny, the giant Joker card, the green T-Rex, the Robin Memorial, which has evolved into the different capsules of all the different bat suits of different Bat family members, either present or absent, one could say. And this could be the unremarked first appearance or so of the Bat Computer. Yeah, and we found that out together today. Isn't that great? I love talking about comic books. If you love talking about comic books as much as I do, then you are in the right place at the right time. You are the most important ingredient to this recipe. Our conversation that we're having here daily. Just a few minutes in the day to forget about our problems and enjoy the escapism that is our beloved hobby. Comic books, superhero comic books, DC comic books, Marvel comic books, you name them. We love superhero stories, and we talk about it daily. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, because we are talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. This is great. This is awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. We do. We make regular content most of the time. I'm on break right now from work, which affords me a lot of opportunities to make content on the go. I'm a chef. I make a lot of cooking contents. I make the soup at work, and I love sharing these soup videos. They caught on with people, and I'm really happy with that. If Wes sent you from Thinking Critical, God bless you, Wes. Thank you. He's given me a nickname, the Sultan of Soup. Yes, I am the Sultan of Soup of his Saturday Comics Aficionados show in 2022. He had me on several times. It's a blessing to be on his show. I'll be on his show on his New Year's Day Sunday special. Come and check us out. Great panel. We talk about comic books for a couple of hours, and it's a lot of ball busting. And it's fun. Yeah, and it's like hanging out with your friends, because we are literally, whether it's the panel and the live chat, we are hanging out with our friends talking about comic books. It's great. So come aboard. There's room for everyone. Cheers. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.